Hello students, in this session we are going to study the deflection equation for sagging binding moment. First of all, we will study the sagging binding moment and then we will study the hogging bending moment. These are the two types of bending moment, sagging bending moment and hogging bending moment, and we have to derive the deflection equation. What is the deflection equation, right? And that deflection equation we will be using in our finding the deflection and slope in our further sections, right? First we have to derive the deflection equation. So what is sagging bending moment? You can see here in sagging bending moment the compression take place at the upper fiber and tension take place in the lower fiber, right? So this case we study in the simply supported beam. That simply supported beam, the sagging bending moment exists, right? So let us say we have a simply supported beam like this. This is a simply supported beam, suppose. I'm not showing simply supports, I'm just showing the curvature because we are dealing with the deflection equation, right? So what type of deflection will be there? If a point load is applied, the deflection will be like this. This is the deflection, right? And suppose this is our x-axis, this is the x-axis, right? So in this case you can see here there is a curvature, right? And suppose at certain point there is a center of curvature. Suppose like this, here there is a center of curvature and this is O point, right? The center of curvature of this circle, this arc, the center of curvature of this arc is at this point, right? And we are assuming at 2 points, any 2 points, suppose one point is here, another point is here, right? So you can see here, let us meet these 2 points like this and this, right? And this angle is suppose d theta. D theta is the angle, right? So if I show it on the x-axis, suppose this is our x-axis, if I show it, you can see here this angle is theta, and afterwards this angle, and this angle will be lower, it will be reduced by d theta, right? So this will be theta minus d theta. So this angle will be theta minus d theta, right? So this is our initial point, suppose A point, and this is our B point, right? From A to B, when we move from A to B on the deflection curve, the angle changes from on x-axis theta to theta minus d theta, because this angle is d theta, so this will be theta minus d theta, right? So as we move forward, the angle go on reducing, right? So this is the small arc nearly equal to there is a straight line, right? And suppose this straight line is given by ds, right? So this is a small straight line, you can see here, right? And if I drop a perpendicular here, so this distance, suppose this distance is suppose dy, and the horizontal distance in this direction is suppose dx. Suppose this horizontal distance is dx, right? So this ds is composed of two components, dx and dy, right? So dx is the horizontal component and dy is the vertical component of this ds, right? So if I show it here, you can see here this will be, and this angle will be d theta, so this will be I want to make it bigger, so this will be the case like this and this, and this perpendicular line is ds like this, right? So this is our dy, basically this is dx and this is ds, right? dy and dy, dx and ds, this inclined line is ds, right? dy dx, and this angle is this angle theta, right? Like this, right? So this is the case, I am making it here, right? I have made it here. This is dx, this is dx, this is dx, and I have made here. This is dx, vertical line, this dotted line. This is dy, this is dy, here dy, and dy dx and ds dx dy, right? So this is a and this is b, right? So this is the small deformation we have seen here, and this deflection we have taken a small length we have taken in this curvature ds, which is assumed as a straight line ds, although it is an arc, but for small angle, for small distance, we can assume that this arc is actually a straight line ds, which is making a right angle triangle. It has two components, dx horizontal component and dy vertical component, right? So this is the case, and if we see the angle at x-axis, this is theta and theta minus d theta, right? And suppose the radius of curvature is r is the radius of curvature, right? So if r is the radius of curvature, then what is the value of ds? ds will be equal to r d theta. ds will be equal to r d theta, right? Or we can write 1 by r will be equal to d theta by ds, d theta by ds. This one equation we have obtained. 1 by r equal to d theta by ds. From here you can see here r we have taken on denominator and ds here denominator, right? So 1 by r will equal to d theta by ds, and ds will be equal to the arc length. The length of the arc will be equal to radius multiplied by the angle. You know already that ds equal to r d theta, right? Now if we divide both sides by dx, d theta by dx and ds by dx, what will we got? This 1 by r will be equal to dividing both sides by dx, so d theta by dx and ds by dx, right? What we have done is dividing not both sides, numerator and denominator by dx, dividing numerator and denominator by dx, right? So this is our y angle and this is x, right? In this direction we are taking y, in this direction, right? Y in this direction, x in this direction, right? So this is y and this is x, right? So dividing numerator and denominator by dx, what we are getting is ds by dx. What is ds by dx? In this triangle, suppose this is triangle ABC, this point is C, suppose. So in this triangle ABC, what is ds by dx? This is hypotenuse upon base. Hypotenuse upon base is secant theta, right? So in triangle ABC, ds by dx is basically secant theta, which can be written as under root 1 plus tan square theta, 1 plus tan square theta, right? Secant theta is under root 1 plus tan square theta, because you know that secant square theta plus tan square theta is equal to 1. Secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. This you already know by trigonometric application. So this is secant theta is under root 1 plus tan square theta, and because as angle is small, so tan theta is nearly equal to theta. Angle is small, so tan theta is nearly equal to theta. We can also write that secant theta is nearly equal to under root 1 plus theta square. And theta is small, the square of the small angle will be further small, which can be neglected, right? So as theta is small, theta square will be much less than 1, because in comparison 1 plus theta square will be less than 1. So we can write secant theta is nearly equal to under root 1, which is equal to 1, right? So secant theta here can be written as 1, right? So in this equation, equation number suppose 1, ds by dx, which is secant theta, can be written as 1, which is equal to ds by dx, So the value of ds by dx is nearly equal to 1, because ds is nearly equal to dx. ds is, I am showing here a long angle, but actually it is a very small angle. Actually it is very small angle, so ds and dx is nearly equal to 1, right? So secant theta is nearly equal to 1, so you can put it this in 1, put in 1. What we are getting is that 1 by r equal to d theta by dx, d theta by dx. This equation we have obtained, question number 2, right? So what we have obtained is that 1 by r is equal to d theta by dx, because ds is nearly equal to dx. ds is nearly equal to dx. From this equation we can see here that ds is actually nearly equal to dx, right? Because the ratio of ds and dx is 1, right? Because this angle is very small, this angle is very small. I have made it a large angle, but actually it is a very small angle. So if I show it more closer, you can see here, this is like this, right? Like this. This angle is very small, this angle is very small, so that the ds and dx are nearly equal, right? ds and dx are nearly equal. ds is nearly equal to dx basically, right? What this equation shows? This equation shows that ds is nearly equal to dx. ds is nearly equal to dx, so that ds by dx is unity 1, and 1 by r will be equal to d theta by dx. So if 1 by r is equal to d theta by dx, and what is theta? What is theta? Theta is slope. Theta is slope. Tan theta. Tan theta is equal to theta because it is slope, and slope will be equal to dy by dx. Slope is equal to dy by dx, right? So here we can write that theta can be replaced with dy by dx. So we can write here that d square y upon dx square will be equal to, because theta is replaced with dy by dx, will be equal to 1 by r. 1 by r. So d2y by dx square is equal to 1 by r. This equation we have achieved, right? Now we want to further solve this equation. Further solving this equation. How to solve this equation further, right? I am removing this part here. This I am removing so that I can write here for the derivation of this equation. This is our y. This is y, right? Here we can write further. One more thing is there. We have forgot that sign convention, that the theta is decreasing in x direction. Theta is decreasing in x direction. So d theta by dx will be becoming negative. D theta by dx will be negative, right? So you should remember that d theta by dx will be equal to negative as theta is decreasing in x direction. You can see here, this is theta minus d theta, right? So from here we can write 1 by r d theta by dx. We can apply a negative sign here, so that negative and negative will become positive, because we know that d theta by dx is coming negative, right? So that's why I am putting negative here. I am putting negative here so that this may be compensated, because d theta by dx is already known to be negative, right? Because theta is decreasing in x direction, right? That's why d theta by dx will be negative. So I have put here negative, so that negative and negative will become positive, so that the exact equation may be obtained, right? Now what is bending equation? What is bending equation? Bending equation, you know bending equation, I am writing here. What is bending equation? That m by I is equal to sigma by y equal to E by r. So radius of curvature in terms of bending moment can be written as, radius of curvature in terms of bending moment will be written as EI by m. R will be equal to, or 1 by r, we need 1 by r basically. So 1 by r will be equal to, 1 by r will be equal to m by EI. M by EI. M by EI. This is the bending equation, you should remember. You have to go to bending stresses chapter, and this is the bending equation. Bending equation. That m by I, sigma by y, this sigma is the bending stresses by y, and y is the distance of the fiber from the neutral axis, E by r. So 1 by r can be obtained as m by EI, right? So here 1 by r can be replaced with m by ei. So d2y by dx square, d2y by dx square can be written as minus m by ei, right? Or from here we can write final equation that ei, which you have to remember, ei d2y by dx square equal to minus m. So this is the deflection equation for sagging bending moment. Deflection equation for sagging bending moment, right? So this is very important equation. You have to remember this. This is the deflection equation for sagging bending moment, right? So this is the deflection equation, right? So what we have done to find out this deflection equation, first of all, how we have done this how we have achieved this equation. First of all, we have taken a sagging bending moment equation, sagging bending moment curve, which is generally the simply supported curve when applied with a certain load. Suppose the load is applied at the center, right? So this is a simply supported beam, and the curvature of the simply supported beam after deflection is like this, right? This is the curvature, right? And this is the center of curvature, and this is the radius of curvature, r. R is the radius of curvature, right? We have taken 2 points on this curve, deflection curve. This is called deflection curve, right? So we have taken 2 points on this deflection curve, A and B, and from A to B there is and this angle is d theta, very small angle d theta, and on the x-axis this is making theta angle, and further as we move on there is theta minus d theta angle, right? The angle is decreasing in x direction, right? As we move on the curve, as we move from on the curve, the angle is decreasing. So theta to theta minus d theta, right? So we know that this ds, this arc will be equal to r multiplied by d theta, r into radius into angle. So r d theta, so ds is equal to r d theta. 1 by r will be equal to d theta by ds, and dividing numerator and denominator by dx, we will write this equation 1 by r equal to d theta by dx, ds by dx, right? So d theta by dx and ds by dx. Now if this is a triangle, if this is a right angle triangle I have made here, I can make it again. This is the right angle triangle ABC. In this right angle triangle ABC, this is the right angle triangle ABC. This is ds, this is dx, this is dy, and this is angle theta. In this right angle triangle, you can see here what is happening in this triangle, that ds by dx is secant theta, which is equal to 1 plus tan square theta under the root, right? And tan theta is nearly equal to theta, and tan theta is nearly equal to theta, we can write 1 plus theta square, and the theta is very small. Theta is very small because we have moved very small, so theta is very small. So theta square will be further small, and it will be very less compared to 1 because there is a 1 plus theta square. So theta square is much less than 1. We can neglect this, and secant theta will be nearly equal to 1, which is equal to ds by dx, right? So this ds by dx shows that ds is nearly equal to dx. This dx is nearly equal to this dx, right? That's why it is coming 1. So d theta, so ds by dx can be removed here, and the value of this is 1. So we can write 1 by r is equal to d theta by dx, and because d theta by dx is negative, because theta is in x direction, d theta by dx will be coming negative. D theta by dx will be negative in x direction. So that's why this equation we have used here, because it is coming negative d theta by dx. So we have applied negative from our side, so that negative and negative will become positive. So 1 by r will equal to minus d theta by dx. And what is theta? This is dy by dx, it is slope basically, tan theta, and we have written here theta value dy by dx, d2y by dx square is equal to minus 1 by r. And here the bending equation m by I sigma by y e by r, from here 1 by r can be found out as m by ei. Put here m by ei d2y by dx square, so we will get finally deflection equation ei d2y by dx square is equal to minus m. So this is the deflection equation for sagging bending moment.